The extreme impact of bullying was highlighted recently following the death of a teenager who endured prolonged bullying at school. As the International Day Against Violence and Bullying at School, including cyberbullying, comes around on Thursday, we focus on efforts to address this growing concern.
Nobody deserves to be bullied. There's nothing that you do that makes you deserving of that. This is not your fault, and we want you to get help.
This is the message being sent to victims of bullying by psychology lecturer in the Department of Behavioral Sciences at the University of the West Indies, Dr. Khadija Khan. Meanwhile, Assistant Commissioner of Police with responsibility for the South Central region of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, Wayne Meister, is warning that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, or TTPS, has zero tolerance for bullying and school violence.
Well, I want to tell the students of Trinidad and Tobago that bullying and the acts of bullying, it leads to very serious offenses. And if you are placed before the court and you are for some reason convicted and there's a record against your name, so when you go to get your certificate of character, that record stays with you throughout your career. So it will be very difficult for you later on in life if you find yourself before the court with a record to actually get opportunities.
ACP Meister is encouraging schools to work with the TTPS and report the cases of bullying.
We have instances where schools are also not reporting the aspects of bullying because they are looking at the school reputation, and they don't want to bring that stigma to the school. So a lot of the incidents are underreported. So once they're underreported, then we are faced with a challenge of actually addressing the situation.
Dr. Khan says every school should have measures in place enabling students to safely report cases for bullying.
We want children to feel safe to disclose, to be able to speak up if they're experiencing something or saying something. So it's really important that that reporting mechanism is clear, that every single child in a school knows who they can turn to in that school if something is going on.
And ACP Meister is encouraging students from being more than witnesses to bullying.
So the bystander, they are actually not being a body by videotaping and watching these ills happen to their colleagues and so on. So we asking bystanders to firstly show compassion, show empathy, report these incidents, support your colleagues. Our trademark is be a buddy, not a bully. So we are asking bystanders to report these incidents also.
Dr. Khan is advocating for the support and safety of those who report bullying.
So schools, as I said, we need to take this whole school approach to support bystanders in that role of intervening and speaking up when they see something. So they can either speak up directly, say something in that moment, leave my friend alone, stop doing that, that's not right. Or they can go and tell a trusted adult, tell a teacher, tell a school official about what they see going on.
And she's urging parents and guardians to be aware of changes in their children's behavior.
So if you see a child who is more sad and anxious and depressed, you'll want to probe that some more. If you're seeing more withdrawal, more isolation, they don't want to do the things that they were previously interested in. They don't want to hang out with the friends and the groups that they were previously hanging out with. These are also signs. Other things, like you might see changes in their appetite, you might see problems with sleep, you might see other self-destructive behaviors.
In this digital society with social media affecting young people's consciousness, the threat can be even greater, as was reported when young Jaden Lalchan died. His parents complained that he had received harmful messages on his social media channels.
So what we find is that heavy social media use is associated both with being a victim of bullying as well as perpetrating bullying. So we really need to look more at social media use among both young people and adults.
Every first Thursday of November features the International Day Against Violence and Bullying at school, including cyberbullying. This year, it takes place on November 7th. This is We Focus for TTT News.